Hello and welcome from Northern Kentucky University at the Bank of Kentucky Center for the nightcap to what's been a fantastic triple header of basketball so far, representing the 9th region. It's the Colonels of Covington Catholic taking on the Thoroughbreds of Newport Central Catholic. I'm Scott Borders. Joining me is Chad Brendel, and the games preceding tonight's nightcap were Scott defeating Campbell County in the early game, 77-68. Holmes over Cooper in the second game, 66-55. And now we have some marquee players to watch. It's Cole Vonendorf and Cath taking on Drew McDonald. Going to be playing his college basketball on this very court at Newport Central Catholic. Chad, how do you like this game?
I'm a big Cole Vonendorf fan, but offensively, he's got to be efficient here in this game. He's got to find ways to score. He's an excellent perimeter defender, but he's got to knock down some shots and get some buckets for Covington Catholic. It's going to be a struggle for Bo Shue on the inside, who's Covcast's main interior guy. Drew McDonald is a big boy, 6'7", 240 pounds. Bo Shue giving up a lot of size, so you're going to need Vonendorf and the guards for Covington Catholic to get some points for Newcath. Feed the paint early, feed the paint often.
We're going to turn it over to the court announcer, and he'll give you the starting lineups for tonight's game. Well, a festive line of introductions.
Turn the lights
there.
out. I love the golf swing from McDonald. If you don't know, McDonald, a scratch golfer, might be a better golfer than he is a basketball player.
Say it isn't so.
And he's really good at basketball.
So for Covington Catholic, they'll have Romes, Theobald, Andy Flood, Bo Shue, and Cole Vonendorf, who leads this team in scoring at 18 points a game. Shue at 14 points, 7 boards a game. It'll be Pangallo and the Mavis brothers, along with Drew McDonald and Ben Wire. McDonald, 20 points a game, 11 boards. Wire, 19 points a game, 8 boards. A strong front court against a good group of guards. It'll be an interesting matchup here from the Bank of Kentucky Center. And this is a crowd that is hyped and ready, to say the least. Bo Shue to jump. He'll go against Weaver, the big man. And Cath controls the toss. They'll go on offense first. Theobald will lead the way. Vonendorf is number 3, gives way to Theobald, looking at a man-to-man. Tough shot in the lane, no good. Rebound cleared by Weaver. And it's going to be Cath with their first possession. Tried to go down low for McDonald. It wasn't there. Broken up nicely. Here comes Cath with Bo Shoe into the front court. Mavis works it around. Vonendorf lost it.
Von Handorf's got to be better than that.
And now it's an easy basket, but broken up nicely by Shoe. And that's something Shoe is not going to be able to afford. He picks up 1 foul early.
He is critical to their success, being able to limit Cath on the interior.
That's going to put big Ben Weaver at the line, an 83% foul shooter. And he missed it.
Crazy's in his head a little bit back there.
Well, and this is one of the most YouTubed high school fan bases I've ever seen.
If you ever get a chance, they dominate Rupp Arena when Cath makes it to the state tournament. I mean, they literally take over the entire arena with what they do.
Cath, the defending state champions. Coach Scott Rusatz, his eldest son leading the way, got his freshman son on the team this year. Came from the same school. We saw the Bobby Hurley and his dad. There's a nice break into the front court, and they're going to call the charge on Weaver.
That's a risky play to step in there for Shoe. If he picks up his second foul a minute into this game, it is tough sledding for Cath, but he got the call.
Called him Weaver. Of course, it's Wire. And 1-0 is our score. The Breads with the lead. Von Andorf. Shoe just working the perimeter right now. And it's good, the strength of this defense is on the inside. Here's a good drive and take and score by Andy Flood. Why not?
Got a good look, flipped it up at the rim. Nice drive by Flood, good finish.
2-1, first field goal of the game. 3-pointer on the way, Wire. No good off the back of the rim. Rebound comes out to Cath. It was Romes on the rebound. Kick out, Shoe for 3. Missed everything. Romes with the rebound, throws it off Newport Central Catholic, and Zach Pengallo out of bounds to the Colonels.
Romes unfortunately couldn't stop his momentum there. He ended up too deep under the rim, or that would have been an easy layup.
Eric Anderson checks into the game. Number 50.
Smart play to bounce it off a leg and get it out of bounds, get the ball back.
They would get the ball into Romes. Shot no good. Fought for, and McDonald comes up the rebound, says, I'll take it myself. 3-on-2 now. And they ran over somebody, and they're going to get the blocking foul. A lot of contact. They had the kick out for a good look at a 3. I think Shoe got it. No.
Nah, 21. Theobald. I don't necessarily know how that's a blocking. Just kind of in the way of Drew McDonald, who
I might have gone with the no call there, and they just throw it out of bounds.
Ball don't lie, sir.
Mavis trying to get to Pengallo, just throws it away. Well, 2-1, not much scoring in the early going.
Bottom of the third.
Two teams trying to feel each other out a little bit. 5:55 to go, first period. We're glad you joined us. Another great 9th Region basketball production from TBNK Sports. The steal, but the foul.
They're clearly going to call this one a little tight.
Pengallo gets whistled for his first. Two to one our score. Theobald out high with the basketball.
Got to give some credit to Mavis so far. He's done a nice job locking up Cole Von Handorf.
who shoots there and makes
There it
it
is.
right on cue.
Played him tight, exactly how you want to defend it. Von Handorf gets the tough bucket.
Nice dribble effort right there, up and no good by Mavis. Rebound being fought for, put back up by Wire, no good. And it's going to be a foul, and they're going to call Brian Anderson on that. Third team foul.
Shoe. Looks like he hurt his left leg a little bit.
Romes to throw the ball in. That's Theobald back there with him. 5:15 to play. A lot of whistles, not a lot of scoring.
5 fouls, 5 points.
Yeah. Theobald gives way. Von Andorf back to Theobald. A lot of perimeter passing, a little 2-3 zone being employed. You got the big horses down low, you can get away with that. A skip pass now. Shot by Theobald, good.
Got it into that soft spot of the zone. Fired up a nice little 10-foot jumper and knocked it down.
Colonels with the early lead, 6-1. Newcastle going to have to get their bigs involved.
They haven't really gone inside yet.
Mavis to Wire.
They've got nobody that can guard McDonald right now, and they're just not getting him the ball.
McDonald out high looking for Wire. That's not happening. They're really working him pretty good inside. There's a nice entry. They tried to get it over to McDonald there. It didn't work. Now Mavis ends up with it, and he throws it away. Went for Eric Anderson. Now Anderson trying to make something happen. Here comes Cath, three-pointer. Good! Andy Flood, 5 points. And how about Covington Catholic in the early going? Up 9-1, one tick, over 4 minutes left to go in the first period.
Cath doing an excellent job moving the Newcastle defense, finding the creases and knocking down shots. Really the only tough one we saw was from Von Handorf on that little 15-footer that he hit with the hand in his face. But for the most part, Cath doing an excellent job working the mid-range, staying away from block shot area, working the mid-range, knocking down shots.
In our second game tonight, we talked about how it was 3.5 minutes before Cooper scored a field goal. We're at the 4-minute mark.
Yeah.
4:01 left to play, still not a field goal in the game for Newport
And
Central
how many
Catholic.
post-entry passes?
Well, and that's just it. Part of it's denial. They're doing a good job on the bigs. I think that's what Newcastle had to talk about. Wire, and now McDonald's got it, spins and rolls it in.
There you go.
You think that might have been the discussion from Ron Dawn at the Newcastle sideline?
If I'm smart enough to think of it up here, he's more than smart enough to think of it down there.
Get the ball to the big man.
Wow.
Tough shot, rebounded by McDonald, then he got fouled.
Almost like Hepler got a little nervous because he had an open path to the rim. Got a little nervous with McDonald in the middle of that zone.
They made a silly foul in answering, so now Newcastle 9-3, trailing by 6, but they have the ball. Up to the front, there's Ben McDonald. Thought about taking a 15-footer, wisely backs it out. Little more penetration, they tried to get it in, and it goes out of bounds off McDonald, who had a pretty good argument. I thought it might have gone off of Grant Romes as well, but they'll give Covington
looked like it
the ball.
went off Rome's leg.
I thought so.
McDonald slapped it down, but it looked like it bounced off Rome's knee.
Of course, we have such a great view from up here.
We actually do have a great view. The catbird seat, if you will.
We can see the whole court, that's for sure. Theobald. Just a nice take right there. It just didn't come up.
They're trying to be cute. Just go at the rim and lay it in.
I think he was worried. That's what you call thinking about the big man. Three-pointer on the way and good. Eric Anderson. He's hit 2 all year coming into this game. 9-6, and just like that, it's a 3-point game. Neither one of these teams will be easy to put away. They have enough weapons. Von Andorf. Oh, that's pretty.
And he'll finish. He'll get you to the rim and finish with the lefty layup. Cole Von Handorf.
Not the biggest guy, but smooth as silk.
Was
McDonald.
a huge factor in their run to a state tournament.
You'd say what you want about Ruth Satch, but he was right there with him. Mavis now over to McDonald trying to split the defense. Wire turns into the paint and scores. I like his game too.
And they're trying to play the mismatch by bringing McDonald out of the post and letting Wire play against their smaller guy at the rim.
Well, he got bailed out that time. Not a lot of contact and a really bad take to the basket. So Wire gets his second foul.
That's big.
And I'd say you're going to have to take Wire out of the game now.
Yeah, they are, and it looks like Bo Shoe's ready to come back in for Cath.
No move yet. Yeah, they are. They're taking him out. Free throw up and good by Theobald. 3 points in the first half. He's a 78% foul shooter.
And really an important deal right there because Wire, like we just talked about, you play your primary big guy on McDonald because of the damage he can do. You play Wire, he's got basically a guard on him or a small forward on him, and you can work that high-low with Wire as the primary big guy at the rim. Now you got to take him out. You got to move McDonald down. He's going to be guarded by Shoe, which quickness is going to, give him a little bit of an issue, and you don't have that overwhelming size advantage that you had with Wire in the game, and he'll probably be out for the remainder of the half.
Should be 13-8. He made both of those. We'll have to check on that. Yeah, that should be 13-8. There it is now. Okay. There's McDonald. He can hit a three. They're not going to give it to him. And McDonald, tough shot there, and it didn't go in, and it'll be turned right back over. So Cath, 5-point lead in the ball. Just $1:19 left to go in the first quarter. Two pretty solid games, at least through most of the games in the first two. We expect nothing less in this game tonight. Drew McDonald, I called him Ben many times today. Drew McDonald,
you're good at that.
Playing on the court he's going to play his college ball in.
Probably won't have many crowds this big.
Three-pointer up and good. Noah Lindhoff off the bench. 16-8. Can they answer? No. Mavis with the miss. McDonald rebound. Good move right there and draws the foul. Hard to stop him when he has the ball there, and I think that's the second on Epler.
He had a pass to Freepon if he would have seen it on the other side of the block, but instead he'll go to the line for two.
79% foul shooter.
Only the first foul on Hepler on the board.
I do have the fourth team foul.
Austin Sweeney and Matthew Shoemade into the game for Cath.
Hits both of them. 4 points in the game for him. Back to a 6-point game, 16-10. Von Andorf. He's going to run the offense this time. Tough shot. Good rebound, and then they get it taken away. 22 seconds. It would behoove Newport Central Catholic to possibly hold for one with their big man on the bench. The worst part is you don't want Wire to pick up his third foul in this first half at all, I would think. 2 seconds, they had to throw it up. It's short, and that'll end the first period. 1 quarter in the books. The Colonels up 16-10.
Good start by Cath. Cath answered a little bit, but still a first quarter that pretty much was in control from the start by the Cath Colonels.
A little bit of a surprise, maybe? So, a quarter in the books, taking a look at the scoring. Theobald with 4 points, 5 points from Andy Flood, including that three-pointer. Von Handorf, 4 points in the game on 2 layups. Noah Lenoff off the bench for a three-pointer. You look at Newport Central Catholic, Eric Anderson had a 3. Other than that, it was just Drew McDonald with 4 and Ben Wire with 3. Only 10 points in that first quarter.
I thought Newcastle did a really good job on Cole Von Handorf, but he still was able to manage to get a couple buckets in there.
Kid
One
knows
on
how
a
to
tough
finish.
jumper and then on a layup.
That was the thing last year when you would watch Cove Cath. You'd seem to be playing pretty good defense, and then all of a sudden, either Rusatz or Von
This is the
Handorf would
halftime
take their man
shot
to the
tank
basket
challenge
and
drawing,
hit some
and
of
the
most
three
unbelievable shots.
lucky
Both those two
names
young men
are.
could flat play.
The first contestant is George Gardner. The second is Janet Gregory.
Did they call my name?
And the third is
contestant
Jim
for the halftime
Flood.
shoot-off?
You're out.
Once again, if you heard
Never
your
call my
names,
name.
that's George Gardner, Janet Gregory,
All right,
and Jim
Newport Central
Flood.
Catholic ready to
Please
go. You
report
take a look at
immediately
Ray
to the
Labor.
scores table by the flag.
Good guy to know, doing the PA duties tonight, wearing the suit.
Now, see, it doesn't count. He took the sport coat off.
I think he should have to keep it
He's
on.
got to keep the coat on.
If you bring a girl to the dance, you need to dance with her all game.
If you're going suit life, you got to go coat life.
All right, so we're getting ready to go here in the second period. 16-10 the score. It'll be Covington Catholic ball, or rather Newport Catholic ball. Pangallo with it. Dangerous pass there. McDonald, shoe on him.
It feels like there's been a Pangallo playing point guard at Newcastle
As long as I can remember.
My entire life.
Or at least on the football team. Three-pointer is good. Eric Anderson, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. That's his 8th and 9th three-pointers on the year, but he was 7 of 12. Or rather, 7 of 12 coming in. I lied. He was 2 of 5 coming in. I'm looking at the wrong line. So
We'll forgive you.
3rd and 4th. Out of 7 now. A lot of contact, no whistle. Theobald makes good. 6 points for him, back to a 5-point lead.
Emotion running high early in this one. Got a nice little scream from Theobald there on that conversion.
McDonald on Shoe.
That's where Shoe can't do anything with him, and that's Shoe's second foul.
Wow.
There's just nothing Shoe can do there.
And that's what they have to do more is keep going to that.
Exactly.
Let him just do his work. Get him the
He
ball
is
on
a
the block.
monster
And
when you get him 2 feet from the rim.
And Shoe's now going to have to come out of the game, which will negate the fact that Wire's out of the game. And McDonald doesn't miss much from the foul line. A near 80% shooter, 3 of 3 here, now 7 points for McDonald.
And they're bringing in Von Handorf for Shoe, so they're going really small right now.
Lenhoff, another shooter, is back into the game. 6:48 to play before halftime. 18-16, now just a 2-point game. Von Handorf. Every position, it looks like Newcastle just a bit taller. A lot of contact there, no whistle. Von Handorf makes an extraordinary shot that almost goes in.
Touched every part of the rim and didn't go down.
Well, and I think he felt like he got fouled, was going to throw it up anyway, but referees let it go. Flood coming back into the game to replace Austin Sweeney. Ball comes into Pangallo. Tough take, draws the foul. Chance for Newcastle to tie. Nope, they're going to get it out from underneath their own basket. Still a chance for them to tie or go ahead. There's an open look
Wide
for
open.
three. You saw it
Stepped
coming.
out of bounds.
Oh, he did. That's just one of those.
Got too anxious.
You do.
He saw how wide open he was. The pass was in the air, and he just kind of shuffled his feet.
Brian Anderson ended up missing the three, but moot point now. 6:14 left to play in the first half. Three-pointer on its way. Well missed. And the rebound, that was by Shoemate. The rebound coming out to Cath. Skip pass and traveled. That's the travel a lot of young players make in the collegiate level. That quick shuffle step gets called every time. We got a timeout, 30-second timeout taken with an even 6 minutes left to play in the first half. Colonel's clinging to a 2-point lead, 18-16. It's really been all Cath here in the second half. Colonel's with just 2 points. Cath has scored 6 so far in the first 2 minutes of the second period.
Kind of like our previous game, a quarter-by-quarter tale on how things go out. Cath dominating the first, Cath making their push here in the second.
Well, you knew it had to happen.
Absolutely.
I mean, eventually you're not going to keep a guy like Drew McDonald from scoring. He's doing a great job with Wire on the bench, and they would hope to keep Wire on the bench the rest of this period.
Now, especially with Shoe out, you can.
Yeah, that's exactly what they would plan on doing. And, of course, Cath in the same predicament with Shoe. You pretty much need to keep him on the bench the rest of the period as well. So under 6 minutes now before halftime. Theobald with the ball. Over to Lenhoff. A lot of movement in this motion offense. It's a wild take, and they're going to call the blocking foul.
Of course, Scott Ruthsatz, before he came to Covington Catholic, was an assistant for the legendary Bobby Hurley at St. Anthony's in New Jersey.
Not a bad pedigree to come from.
Good spot to learn a little bit.
Missed free throw by Shoemake.
Hired by Covington Catholic to replace Mike Listerman, who's now the head coach at Holmes.
Runs a similar kind of offensive scheme, a lot of motion, a lot of ball work.
And here's the thing. Agree or disagree? He got a state title as the head coach of the Covington Catholic Colonels, so.
Yes, he did. Here we go, 5 1/4, 19-16, Colonels now with the lead. And there's a steal from behind, and that was Von Andorf. He's going to get the ball back, chucks up a three, got it. All done by Cole Von Andorf. Now a 6-point lead for Cath.
Almost got another steal.
Pangallo drives inside after passing up the three. Ball goes out of bounds to Cath. Seth Freplin into the game also, and now checking in is Eric Anderson. He will replace number 23, Luke Mavis. And a 6-point lead for Cath, who led by as much as 8. Von Andorf.
He's got 7 now.
Theobald. Lenhoff on the left wing. Very patient in the offense. Lenhoff's going to try the three. Missed everything, and it's going to be a long rebound for Cath.
That's 2 terrible threes by Cath in their last 3 attempts.
Not a bad look. I mean, he hit one earlier. Really working this zone by continuing to reverse the ball, and that's how you work a zone. Kick out and a travel, so the zone forces the turnover there. Andy Flood gets whistled for the travel. 4:10 left to play, second period. Take a look at Cath coach momentarily, Scott Ruthsatz. Big possession here for the Thoroughbreds. Three-pointer on the way. Got it! Eric Anderson's third three-pointer of the half.
He's got the hot hand for Cath. He is shooting them into this game.
And just like that, he cuts the lead in half, 22-19. 3:45 to play before halftime. Good ball work right now. See if they can get the extra pass. Up and in.
Flood having a nice game so far.
Commits a silly foul right there.
And that's 17 fouls.
They will be in the bonus. 3:23 to play first half. Several substitutes coming in. Mavis comes back in and replaces Shoemate. Pangallo goes to the line. Pangallo, 84% from the line. Got it. It's not a bad percentage. His first points of the game, however, and it makes it a 4-point game, back to 24-20. There's the Cath crowd we've come to know and love. All that in front of him while he tries to hit this free throw. Nails it. 24-21. Theobald on the attack for the Colonels. Not going to let him get a good look if they can help it. Play that zone. It's got to be active. You got to be ready to move. There's a steal on the skip pass. Lazy pass.
Van Handorf telegraphed it.
Nice feed inside to the big man, McDonald. You haven't called his name in a while, and he makes it to a 1-point game now. 9 points in the first half for McDonald.
Big time seal there by McDonald. Great pass from Pangallo. There was nothing the Cath defender could do. He had no chance to stop the big fella there.
Three-pointer again's missed, but they get a nice tipped-out rebound. They're going to have another look. Von Handorf's going to take the 15-footer and drains it.
That's his bread and butter. Pump fake, take a dribble or two, get to that mid-range game.
Jumper. Love it. Love seeing that mid-range
We've
jumper.
seen more of that tonight than I've seen in a long time.
Saw a lot of it from Holmes.
Saw it in the first game from Scott as well.
Foul here is close to a loose ball. I believe Lenoff got whistled. It's not the guy you want to put at the line. 3 of 3 now.
That's not a guy that you can really jinx.
Not a Pangallo. I thought he shortened up on that one. He drained it. 1-point game.
That's why he's down there and you're up here.
Correct. That was not a good free throw shooter. Dangerous pass again. It's going to get a wide open shot.
They're
the
living
gamble
dangerously.
paid off. Flood having a big first half. 9 points now for him. 28-25.
We've got
trading baskets.
2 guys on each side with 9 points.
Post up, big man. There he goes, down on the block now, and they're looking for him. Draw him in. Now he's got the one-on-one. Good drop step. Missed it. Fight for the rebound, missed. And somehow Cath comes up with it.
Look at Von Handorf in there battling amongst the trees.
Theobald all the way. 8 points for him, back to a 5-point game. How much does Wire being on the bench affect that offense right there? You could say the same thing about Shu. And we're going to have a foul as that time Von Handorf got stuck trying to guard McDonald, and that didn't work either.
That's a bad matchup for young Mr. Von Handorf.
Bit off a little more than he could chew there, only his first foul. But again, a good free throw shooter, and McDonald coming to the line, who is also 3 for 3. And of course, On cue misses.
See, you can jinx the big guy. You can't jinx the point guard.
I'm glad I'm up here when I jinx the big guy. 55 seconds remain before halftime. They've led by as much as 8. They have a 5-point lead in the ball right now, does Cath. Content to play for one, it looks like. Theobald, again, most teams are coached to go at about the 7-second mark. But
I like Cath there, forcing the issue.
Cath forces it a little bit, coming up to guard him. Now they're approaching 20 seconds. Lenoff had a pretty good look, but they're going to wait. And I think this is a smart move by Coach Ruthsatz. Now we're under 10.
Now they've got it in Von Handorf's hands.
7 seconds, that's who you want to have it. 4 seconds. What a nice crossover, and he can't make the shot. Boy, I almost wanted that to go in because the dribble was so nice. But as is, a 5-point lead for Covington Catholic. It is halftime. We'll be back in this third and final game of tonight's triple header with the score: Covington Catholic 30, Newport Central Catholic 25. We'll be back for the second half. You're watching basketball on TBNK Sports.